Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. This is Dr. Sanjana Sharma from the Department of English. Students, we have been doing the textual analysis of the essay My Wood by A.M. Foster. Until now, we have come to know that according to Foster, if we possess something, if we possess something like property, a piece of land, as Foster himself possesses a wood, then it makes one feel disturbed. Usually, it doesn't make someone feel happy or elated or satisfied. Rather, on the other hand, one feels a sort of burden on one's heart and mind, and he has elaborately explained how he felt when he possessed a wood. He has given us some biblical references to prove his points as well. Now, let us today deal with this point, that how does one feels when someone acquires some property, and what are the other points or the drawbacks that can be related with a piece of property. So open your book on page number 137. We are in the last para of page number 137. The other day I heard a twig snap in it. So all of a sudden, one day while he was roaming in that wood, he heard a snap, a noise amidst that wood. I was annoyed at first, for I thought that someone was blackberrying. So Foster said that I was disturbed. I thought someone was trying to steal blackberries from my forest and depreciating the value of the undergrowth. Undergrowth means a dense growth of shrubs. And someone was trying to destroy the undergrowth, the shrubs that were there under those trees, as these were being trodden by foot of the intruder, they might get destroyed. On coming near, I saw it was not a man who had trodden on the twig and snapped it, but a bird, and I felt pleased. So when Foster went near to the forest, to the tree, he found that it was not an intruder, but it was a bird who was sitting there. My bird. So as soon as Foster saw that bird sitting on a particular tree that was in his wood, the first thought that occurred to his mind was that now the bird belongs to him. It is his property now. The bird was not equally pleased, but the bird was not happy, as now it was disturbed with the approach of the author. Ignoring the relation between us, it took flight as soon as it saw the shape of my face. So when author approached this bird was disturbed and it flew away. It didn't accept this relationship which the author had just established, that now the bird belonged to him, and flew straight over the boundary hedge into a field. And it flew to the next field, which was of Mrs. Hennessy, the property of Mrs. Hennessy, where it sat down with a loud squawk. Now the bird had entered into someone else's property. The field belonged to Mrs. Hennessy. Now, as it was sitting in Mrs. Hennessy's field, now the bird became a property of Mrs. Hennessy. Something seemed grossly amiss here. Now author felt that something had gone wrong, something was not right. Something that would have not occurred had the wood been larger. Now one idea comes to his mind. He regrets this thing, that the size of his forest, of his wood is small. Had it been a larger one, even if the bird had taken a flight, it would have set upon a tree that was in his own wood. As it was a small piece of land, the bird flew away. It entered into Mrs. Hennessey's field. It sat there and it became her property. If he had possessed a large wood, then the bird would have remained in his own wood. Now the second thing that comes to his mind is that it is not a nice thing to have a small wood. If one possesses a big property, a big piece of land, if he had a very big, a large wood, then the bird would have remained in the boundary of his field, of his wood. So students, this much for today. Tomorrow we will continue with the textual analysis of the essay. Thank you very much.